Little known fact, taking this can give you large breasts. Oh my God, it's too late.
I wonder who I look like. Do you guys see any resemblance with anyone?
You're your own beauty, is what you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was perfect.
Hi, this is Dot Wiggin from the Shags, and you're listening to the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.
This is the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.
I'm living far away where anything can reach to see them. Someone sets it up.
Did I just hear what I think I heard on that intro, Mark?
I think I made a comment about your tits.
No. Who was doing the intro?
You just have to wait and see.
That can't possibly be. So, what do you think of the hair?
Look gorgeous as always.
I went out with my son like this. I sat down to have dinner with him in a restaurant, and he said, "Hey, Mom, the '80s called. They want their hair back."
The kindness of children.
You know what product though that we couldn't believe when we were shopping for various hair color the other day?
Right.
Sun In.
Oh, it's still around. Yeah.
I remember doing this like back when you were like 12 or 13 and your mother wouldn't let you dye your hair. And it was supposed to be the stuff that you sprayed in and then you sat in the sun and your hair magically got highlighted.
Yeah.
Never really worked. And here's what happened. You sprayed it on your hair. It's got lemon juice in it.
Okay.
So you're sticky. Now you're sitting in the sun. Now you're attracting bees, insects, whatever.
Oh, really?
From the lemon juice, yeah.
Oh, God.
And
Such an 80s kind of product.
I never found where it really worked, although honestly, I have very dark hair. But I couldn't believe it. It is still on the shelf at CVS. And I looked up the ingredients. There is still lemon juice in it. And I don't know if this was in it when I used it, but there is hydrogen peroxide in it now, which is really just kind of hair dye.
You never saw me when I had my curly hair, did you?
Oh my God.
I had an actual perm in I think 1992, 91, 92. I looked like Bodie from Point Break. Yeah. Curly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was curly for a while there.
I couldn't imagine. I used to get the
you can ask Tom, he remembers it.
I used to get the perms in the 80s. I used to get a spiral perm, which took like 3 hours to do. And then you hated it for the first like week because it was too tight, and then it would finally relax out.
Yeah, I never went back to it. I always had like straight, little kind of Lars hair. I just kind of stick with that. And of course, I have my satanic cosmetologist that is in charge of all red products. So, yeah.
Well, the stuff
What else
that
can
is
you
still
say about
out there.
hair? What else can we say about hair?
The amount of hair products that are out there these days. Like we love hemp lotion, and I actually bought for Jax, who is not here currently. I think he's on his way back.
He's coming.
They have a pet shampoo, which is really nice and deodorizing. So I thought, hey, let's try the shampoo. You and I, a week later, were like, why does our hair feel like straw? This is horrible. You're getting dreadlocks.
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah.
I don't think it was as good as what we were using before.
Yeah, hemp is better for lotion, I would say, than the conditioner.
But the shit that is still out there, like, products will change, but like Head and Shoulders will always be the same shit.
I can't entrust this to just any conditioner,
We need something with lots of collagen, biotin, good. I've always found
riboflavin.
It's worth spending a little bit more money on your hair care products.
I agree.
Although, Corey might disagree with
Corey from Wormwitch.
who said
He uses water and nothing else.
Gorgeous hair. He says he uses no products. I was like, maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. I'm still intrigued by that. Yeah. I often think of it. Yeah. That's the most memorable thing of the Wormwitch interview to me is Corey's comments on hair. Yeah.
Guess we're going with that.
Hair butchery.
Glenn Bernie bi-level. Here we come. But I always would find someone I kind of liked there. And then I'm not the kind of person on Facebook. Every 6 weeks I get my hair done and you get in the car with the seatbelt on with the before and after hair shots. Do you know people on your feed that do this? I have several people on my feed that do this.
You haven't done your haircut in like 3 years.
I haven't. I gave up on it. But
I even tried to help, but no.
well, see, Bubbles was always my go-to because no matter who I got there, it seemed like I got a fairly decent haircut. And then, of course, the pandemic happened, and no one was able to get anything beauty,
Right.
wise done. So my daughter made me one appointment kind of right as we were coming out of the first wave of everything, and I went, and the woman looked at me, and she's like, all right, I'm going to take over your color and you're going to be platinum blonde. And I'm looking at her and she had like the whitest hair. And I'm thinking, no, we're not. So I didn't let her do the color. And then I was afraid, like, if I came back, she was going to start pressuring me into all this stuff. It was already like $100 for haircut, blow dry, and a conditioning treatment. And then we tried a couple places around here. I walked in a couple places where they clearly only did ethnic hair and looked at me like, why are you in here?
You
But
made an
it's some,
appointment for the wrong store, remember?
yeah, I made it for an MK salon online, and I went to the MK salon and walked in, and I had a text message confirmation. And she just looked at me and said that we don't send text message confirmations. I had made it for like 2 states away in some
Something like
other
North
salon.
Carolina or something.
So I didn't
That's
have
a
a lot
long
of
way to go.
success.
Yeah.
I gave up on it. It's been well over 2 years.
She looks great.
I give up on haircuts.
So have I, obviously. So. All right, you want to start the show?
Yes, please. Maybe something music related.
Well, before we get to that, so I went to Giant
Oh, yeah.
earlier this week, and I was just getting like 3 or 4 things, like pepperoni and cheese and stuff. And I noticed that the receipt was longer than the ending credits to Lord of the Rings. And so I started to think about this whole business of having receipts. Who has the longest receipts? I mean, if we did go to maybe 5 or 6 different stores and buy 2 items at each store, measure the receipt, who would be the winner?
I really think it depends. And most places do have like some kind of loyalty program.
Yeah.
If you put in the loyalty, it's going to be much longer. And most places do, because then you get to know how many points you've accumulated or how many gas points you have at Giant or
Your
how close we
Safeway-
are to the $5 off at the liquor store.
We used to go to Safeway, and they have on the back of their receipts were coupons. I don't even think anybody even noticed, but like, 2 for 1 Big Macs or $5 off at Jiffy Lube. I'm just this business of receipts, it must be explored. Let's do that now, shall we?
So we got, sure it's 10.5 inches.
Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
All right, this is pretty small. So we got that coming in at, it's under 8. It's about 7.5.
Here, hold on a minute. It says approved, right? But look at the wait time for the receipt to prove.
Take points off for wait time alone.
Okay, there we go.
It's pretty epic. All right, make sure we get it all the way up. Wow, we're at a solid 12 inches.
That's what she said. Are we measuring?
All right, so
Please remember to take your receipt. Thank you for shopping at CVS. Please remove all bagged items.
this is for fun and games. Stupid thing the wrong way. This is without your CVS card. It's about 8.5 inches. With your CVS card,
I haven't seen it in a while though.
45 inches. All right, and this has led us to the tail of the tape.
The results are in.
We went to multiple venues, multiple stores, even found a hard to find IPA, all for you people. Okay, maybe the IPA was for us people.
I think it was. Yeah. And let me tell you, the people behind us were real happy when we were measuring our receipts.
And filming it.
Yeah, some people didn't seem to understand this, but we said, look, this is for the show. Again, this is where your Patreon money goes. No, anyway.
So I think we bought 2 items at each place to make it fair. So it's not like one place we bought 5 items.
Yeah.
Because
2
that would
items at each
obviously make
store.
it longer. So we bought 2 items at each store.
We did Home Depot, Giant, CVS with the discount and CVS without the discount, Shoppers, and that was it, right? So, first thoughts, comments about what's on the receipts. Almost all of them have surveys.
Does anyone do these surveys?
Yeah. Most of them have the little scan code in case you return the item, which I think is kind of smart.
You know, I did feel bad at Total Wine the other day because as the lady handed me the receipt, she pulled out her little highlighter and said, "We're having a contest," and highlighted where to do the survey and please give me good positive feedback on my assistance, which was, well, I thought not horrible cashier work, was not the best cashier work I've ever seen, but it was fine. I didn't realize there was a survey. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'll do that for you. Realized like a week later, I never did it.
Like everyone else. Did we cover this about the post office? They do that at the post office. They're required to do it. So you go to the post office, right? And I know this because I mail records a lot. Go to the post office and they call you and they never make eye contact. They're just like, they pick up the package, they put it on the thing.
Anything hazardous?
They don't greet you. No, they go, please answer the hazmat question on the screen. You know, does your box contain liquids? Is it liquid, fragile, perishable, whatever? And then you hit no. And again, they still haven't looked at you. And they're like, first class will be there Wednesday the 13th. Verify the address is correct on the screen. And you can't because the package is turned the other way. So you have to kind of like lean up, you know? And then finally, if they're nice, they turn it for you. And you're like, apartment 30. Yeah, okay, good, right? So then they you go to pay and they always yell at me. They're like, don't put your card in yet. Wait. I'm sorry. Put the card in. Pay. It goes ding, and it went through. Here's where they get all friendly. The receipt comes out. They've already put the stickers on the package. And then again, never making eye contact. They circle and they go, there's a survey. Your tracking is at the bottom. There's a survey if you'd like to fill it out. And I'm thinking, oh, yes, because you were absolutely bubbly. Yeah, so they must beat it into them that you have to do the survey at the post office.
There is some statistic somewhere that you're 9 times out of 10 more likely to fill out a survey if you are disgruntled than if you're happy.
If I filled out that survey, I would say, I think that this cashier died 2 weeks ago. That's the service I just got. The lack of eye contact, the monotone voice, but verify the address on the screen. I mean, they don't want my survey.
But dude, all of these have surveys.
I think almost all of them did. I kind of scanned through them. The one from Shoppers Food is weird. It's got all these crazy codes at the bottom. I think they're nuclear launch codes, actually. Yeah.
I think it has something to do with the way that they run the credit cards, and we could almost verify that because Shoppers wins the award for taking the longest amount of time.
Well, they'll see the video. In the video, you can see that there's
to produce a receipt.
Yeah, I think that the information goes to Norway and back or something before it'll spit out the tape.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Okay, so let's read off the winners. I'll allow my beautiful wife to do so. So who was the shortest tape? Who was the small package?
Home Depot.
Home Depot. I like their receipts. I like the small.
It was very condensed.
It has a survey on it.
Itemized. There was a little extraneous things, but above all, they're the winner for the shortest abuse.
And how long was it?
Killing paper. It was 7.5
7.5
inches.
Okay.
For 2 items.
2 items, right.
Okay.
Okay.
We did not buy the $400 werewolf, even though I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal the one from the neighbors. Think they'll catch me running through
We
the
actually were
neighborhood?
trying to find a fucking mop head and we couldn't find one. So.
No, it's like...
Anyway, all right, number 4 was?
Ironically enough, the CVS without the extra care card. That's if you don't scan in your I shop here a lot and give me coupons and money back card. That was pretty short.
8.5 inches.
8.5 inches.
Yep.
So that also was not.
We'll come to find that there's quite a difference when you put the code in.
So Giant came in again. We only bought 2 items at Giant, even though we did a complete shopping. Of course, we threw that out. And we put 2 items aside to do for this experiment. That was 10 inches. So Shoppers, again, we only bought 2 items, but that came in at 12 inches. Stone cold winner was CVS. Again, only 2 items, but putting in your
Phone
frequent
number.
shopper card, your extra care card, almost as tall as me, people.
45 inches.
45 inches. I think I'm only 52 inches
Eight
tall.
and a half inches without the discount. 45 inches width.
And they just give you all kinds of stats. I
There's
don't know who
14
studies
coupons.
these.
What are the coupons for?
The coupons are for $4 off your next purchase of $40. Who spends $40 at CVS?
Mhm.
$8 off skincare, $5 off vitamins, $4 off $25 worth of shampoo, $3 off any paparazzi mail and makeup products, towels and napkins, $4 off, $3 off Clairol hair color, $4 off Crest Scope, or which is good because we didn't buy toothpaste today, even though we talked about it. $3 off any trial or travel, $3 off any tampons, and $4 off Neutrogena skincare. But they also have all these stats like how much you've saved in the last year, your stats on getting free hair color, how many more you have to buy.
So I was thinking about to take this further, start collecting the receipts and see how long it takes so we can like tape them together and have a receipt that goes all the way around our house.
I figure we could do a map like Stranger Things.
Like Stranger Things
The
did
running
on
amok.
yeah, with the maps inside. But we could just and I can give updates like every couple of weeks on where we are with the receipt that stretched around the world.
And there's somewhere somebody in a boardroom deciding exactly what goes on these receipts.
And there's also some poor cashier that's going, we're out of tape again. I changed the fucking tape 3 times today.
I will give CVS this. They do give you the option of getting an email receipt or the paper receipt. Obviously,
is
for
why.
this one, we chose paper.
And this is why.
You can get all these coupons in the app. You don't have to kill a tree.
So there it is. This has been Who's Got the Longest Receipt with Mark and Stace. Okay, this is a music bit, isn't it? Music show, I thought. Are we doing anything musical?
Look, it is.
So this week's featured band is Thundermother from Sweden. They're a kick-ass all-female hard rock band. They've been together like 13 years, something like that.
Yeah.
The mainstay is the guitarist Filippa Nessel. Am I saying it right? Probably not. Filippa Nessel. She's the mainstay. I think she goes all the way back to the beginning. In 2017, the entire band quit on her, and she had to put the whole thing back together with a whole new lineup.
But I will interject here.
Yeah.
I've listened to the back catalog, which is good, but I think this incantation
Ooh, I
of
like it.
Thundermother
It's a Sean.
is the best out of everything I've heard. They really have it together. They're just and now they said that everyone contributes artistically, which is got to be hard. It's one thing if you have a leader and everybody says okay, but when you've got strong personalities coming together, but they make it work. And believe me, the listener is the benefactor here, because you get some great rock and roll, you get great lyrics, you'll be singing the chorus halfway through listening. I really like this band.
It's a nice modern take on classic rock. It's big arena rock, kind of in the vein of Heart, Mr. Big, a lot of AC/DC overtones to it. And I will admit, the ballads make me cry. They're just so stunning. Touching. Yes.
And if you're not fortunate enough to catch them while they are here in the US,
They're on tour with the Scorpions right now.
touring. Yeah, I would love to fly out to Las Vegas and see them. We make that happen. But if you aren't, they are going to be live streaming on Twitch pretty soon. So
Our favorite channel.
catch that 12, or just go over to Spotify and catch their latest record, Black and Gold.
So we were able to spend some time with the vocalist Guernica. Is that her name? Guernica? Guernica Mancini. Guernica Mancini. And she's just lovely. So you have that to look forward to. So let's play a song. We're going to kick off the show with some Plantarf.
I love her voice. It's so raspy and bluesy and full. It wins you over right away.
So this is I Don't Know You from
Love
Thunder
this
Mother's
one.
new album, Black and Gold. Okay, let's talk about our Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/Snaggletooth Podcasts.
I have it as become a Snaggletooth minion.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I have a link.
Yeah. Stace and I both work very hard on the show. We need your support. We need you to go and like us on our YouTube channel, follow us on, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And in addition to being the producer on this wonderful podcast, Mark is also trying to finish a bathroom upstairs.
That's true. Yeah.
So he's busy trying to install that as well as give you guys a good show. We always could use upgraded equipment to give you guys a good show. So, get on over there, help us out a little bit. Keep the show going if you like us.
We really appreciate it. Also, check out our Instagram page. It's Instagram.com/SnaggletoothRNR for this show, or Instagram.com/SnaggletoothDecay for the Decay Show.
And you can always give us a comment on Mark's reviews on YouTube. Give us a follow. Hit that little thing so you don't miss any of the fun stuff we're
I was
putting out
slacking
there.
on the reviews. I posted a couple yesterday. What did I post? I posted Motorhead, Another Perfect Day review. My favorite Motorhead album. So we have that to look forward to. The Bravo record. Also check out our Facebook page and Instagram. I know you guys are just going to go to Stace, but she forwards everything to me. So the only way you're going to get heard on the show is for me to get to it. So anyway,
I get it to him.
Yeah, she does. She gets it to me. All right. Well, how about you? Why don't you introduce number 6?
This is one of our new features here. I don't remember if you remember Ask Jeeves, which was a search engine from a bazillion years ago. We've decided to make this the Ask Jens feature.
Jens Kemgren not only has written our theme song, but in interviewing him for his band, the Firebombs, we've come to learn that he's sort of the spirit animal of the show. We sort of bonded very well, and he has such unique takes on things. He's just the type of person that you never know what angle he's going to come back with. So this is a feature called Ask Jens.
So we're very pleased to have Jens as a friend of us and a friend of the show, and he is such a sport for doing this.
Yes.
And he's very smart, and as well as a excellent guitarist.
So you might be surprised by this one, but this is our first installment of Ask Jens. Take it away. Have you ever invented anything? And if so, what was it?
An invention? Well, there was for some years ago. I was into those app creators, and I was thinking, maybe I can make an app and be a millionaire or something. So I actually wrote down my all the specs and what it's going to contain and everything. And it was like when you're filming, let's say you're traveling by bus or anything, you're out walking in the streets and you're filming, and then you can put some music to it from, for an example, Spotify. I was thinking like you're making your own music video, but very easy with the filters and stuff like that.
So you invented TikTok ahead of time.
Yeah, but the TikTok wasn't around then.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I called. No, they called me actually, because I sent in to those who create those apps, and they said that we have one in Japan that already has made a similar app. So this is no good, he said. And I was thinking, damn, that's typical. All my millions.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, millions of dollars. And so yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe I should create one anyway. So I contacted a company that was gonna that do such things, and they should have like, the cost was $50,000 or something. No, not grand, but $50,000 to make an app like that. So I mean, that's nothing a private person like me just pays. you have to have like companies support sponsoring you and everything. But
But taking it on Shark Tank.
sorry,
You ever seen the show Shark Tank?
no.
They have people who come up with inventions and they put them on there and they get the people to explain
Oh
their
yeah,
inventions
that
to
TV show.
investors, and they
Yeah,
say
yeah.
yes or no right then.
Yeah. I've seen that.
You could have played guitar for him a little bit, kind of won him over.
Yeah.
Wear a firebomb shirt, you know.
Exactly. Soften them up.
Scandinavian wisdom just comes pouring from the man.
And the Firebombs are another one of my favorite rock bands.
Great. All right, how about we play a little bit more Thundermother? This is Free Ourselves from the last record, Heat Wave, which was also very, very good. Again, Free Ourselves, Thundermother, kick ass.
Check it out.
These pills will give you superpowers.
So nothing like product placement. Here's a real good Hum Nutritionals products that I love. They have done it again for me. Just when I thought we couldn't top Skinny Bird. This is raw beauty. Put this in your smoothies. It gives you kale. It's a superfood, and you'll never taste the kale.
Kale sucks, Ron.
So they've done it again. I tried a new product from them. This is called Arctic Repair. It is good for those little fine lines and wrinkles that we all get as we get a little older with Arctic lingonberry seed oil. Now, what this does for you is it actually helps reduce water loss. So that's going to plump the cells, which is going to smooth out your skin, make you look younger. It also has antioxidants to help fight off those free radicals. So this is a great product.
Arctic Repair, so that you can go and fix your igloo.
Red Carpet is another one of my favorites. This has black currant seed oil. This also has a little linoleic acid and vitamin E. What this does for you is helps your hair, your skin glow, your nails grow better. Along with this and collagen pop, my hair has never been fuller, and I have a lot of fine hair, and it really seems to help me retain it. Our personal favorite, Wingman, with that milk seed oil, helps get rid of your hangover, helps detoxify that liver. Who couldn't use that? Of course, our Skinny Bird. How could we forget this? This has ingredients in it like HTP5 that will get rid of your cravings, your stress eating. Tell yourself you're full. Get into that hypothalamus. Who wouldn't want to get into their hypothalamus?
Little known fact, taking this can give you large breasts. Oh my God, it's too late.
Also, Flatter Me. If you ever need your stomach super flat, this will empty out everything in it.
Shit your brain.
But love these products. Use our link, get over there and save $20 off your first order of $39 or more. You can't have my products. I'm putting them away.
Tomorrow morning, I'll be like, where's all the hum stuff? We left it down with the podcast station. Oh, yes. The sounds of collectorbation. We got a good one for you this week, guys. I decided to dig out my vinyl of the first 3 Thin Lizzy records. As all of you know, particularly Alan Averill, a man not known for his dancing. Thin Lizzy's probably my favorite band, has been for most of my natural life.
So the name, though.
The name of the band is actually taken from a comic strip that was called Dandy Comics. I don't know if it was Irish or not. Probably was. And it was the character was Thin Lizzy, and it was sort of like a Jetsons robot mechanical maid kind of thing. Yeah. And they changed it to Thin Lizzy and named the band after that. Yeah. So, all right. Start off with this little puppy. This is Thin Lizzy's debut, self-titled, 3-piece. All of these records feature Eric Bell on guitar. A lot more slide guitar influence. Well, not influence. A lot more slide guitar on these records. Not quite as many harmonies as would come later in the band's discography. Is this okay for? Yeah. All right. So here we have the back. I'll do some close-ups too of this one. And inside, it's Decca.
You want me to help you do close-ups?
No, I'll do that separately later. So there we go. Beautiful vinyl. The making of this record. Now, as soon as you see the first song title, which is The Friendly Ranger of Plantarf Castle, you can tell that this is not The Boys Are Back in Town. Okay, this is a very different era of the band.
More like folk, definitely more into
Definitely
the
some-
heritage.
Some Irish folk in there,
Yeah.
definitely. Some Hendrix, but there are songs on here. We're gonna play a song for you called "Look What the Wind Just Blew In." I mean, listen. First of all, when this album was recorded, the producer, Scott English was his name. He made no bones about bringing a huge bag of weed for the session, so they were blown out of their minds for the making of this record. And you can kind of tell from the album cover, very psychedelic, right? But just listen to this song. Look what the wind just blew in. Just the crazy scrambling drums and jaunty time changes. I mean, they from the very beginning, nobody sounded like Thin Lizzy. I mean, some of it is like Stace said, lush pastoral folk type stuff. But, side one is a friendly ranger. Honesty is no excuse. Diddy Levine, that's what I'm thinking of.
Ah,
Ray Gun, that's a crazy one. Clifton Grange Hotel, Saga of the Aging Orphan, Remembering, Return of the Farmer's Son. Anyway, excellent record. So check out this song, and then we'll move on to the next record. Okay, moving on. Second record.
the front of that one reminds me of Angela's Ashes, the book by Frank McCourt I was telling you about.
Shades of a Blue Orphanage, it's called. The album, it's a mix. Eric Bell's former band was called Bell's Shades of Blue, and Downey's band was called Orphanage. So they just put them together, and that's where this title comes from. So let's take a look.
It's like the fucking champs, and they combined with Trans AM, and they became the fucking AM.
This is Gatefold, very nice.
Ooh.
Again, you'll get a better. I'll put some close-ups in the final show, but nice picture of the three-piece in typical Irish weather. I'm sure that Alan would agree.
Yeah. Oh, that's another Frank McCourt. He starts his one book with, and above all, we were wet. He's writing about growing up in Ireland.
That's it. That's the beginning of the book.
Uh-huh.
That's very Camus-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Decca, original Decca.
Ooh, very shiny.
Nice. Yeah. This is a strange record. Okay, I'm not going to make any bones about it.
You know what? I would have loved to been able to go to that 1972 tour in case we come across a DeLorean, because they toured with Slade and
Yeah.
Susie Quattro.
Yeah, they really
What a
had to step
lineup.
it up for Slade. Yeah,
What a lineup!
I wouldn't want to open for Slade back then. People wanted boogie, boogie, boogie. So there's some there's a rockabilly song on here that most people hate. Let me see his glasses. Folk middle age.
I love the way you've developed an Irish accent on folk.
Again, we got some long song titles here. The first song is called "The Rise and Dear Demise of the Funky Nomadic Tribes." Phil had a penchant for
Wow.
long song titles. Buffalo Gal is great. The rockabilly song is called "I Don't Want to Forget How to Jive." It's kind of a tribute to Elvis. It shan't be played. Sarah brought down Babyface chatting today. Call the police and Shades of a Blue Orphanage. The Rise and Dear Demise of the Funky Nomadic Tribes was written by Phil Lynott, Eric Bell, and Brian Downey. All other songs were just written by Phil.
And talk about not getting a haircut. Look at that hair.
Wow. Yeah. They look a bit cold in that picture. So, all right, we're gonna play a song for you called Buffalo Gal.
Oh, won't you come out tonight?
Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo.
So Mark and I were talking about Eric Bell, and it's funny because on Wikipedia it just basically says that it was New Year's Eve 73, and he just walked off stage and he didn't want to continue playing because he felt like it wasn't free jamming and that he didn't have control. But Mark has a whole different story on how actually he left the band and how he was persuaded to come back on stage for one last show. So here he comes.
All right. Okay, so we're up to the third Thin Lizzy record with Eric Bell. Now, let me preface this by saying, before I show you the so iconic, but in between the second, third album, Thin Lizzy did their single "Whiskey in the Jar,"
Ah.
and it was kind of done under duress. They just did it as kind of a toss-off thing, and it became like a huge hit. It's like "Happy Birthday" in Ireland, basically. That song, it's this old folk song, and it really bothered the band that they were being called. They were like the Whiskey in the Jar band, and they couldn't get away from it. So they all just were so down between the second and third record because they were so sick of being pigeonholed as the band. Like they didn't think they'd ever surpass that, basically. So yeah. So all right, this is Vagabonds, which again, iconic cover art.
Wow.
And
Very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, maybe we can get somebody.
I like the cartoony
Get
stuff.
somebody to do a caricature of me and Stace like this, like kind of a for the show.
I like it.
Maybe that'll be next year's art or
Yeah,
something. So,
yeah.
let's take a look inside. You got the clover on the back, very psychedelic.
Kind of green tint too.
Yeah, full lyric sheet
Woo!
and some very purpley photos of the band. This I have the green, bring that out. The green
Whoa.
label, the green, I guess,
Very shiny.
center label, very shiny, as are all of my records. So we're gonna play a song from Vagabonds. Lots of cool slide guitar in this one. This song is called Mama Nature's Sad. This is the last. Oh wait, before we play that, hold on one second. I'm actually getting ahead of myself, as I've been known to do. You also need a little more for Eric Bell. All right, so I do not have. They did an EP called it was called Raygun. No, it's called the New Day EP. Thin Lizzy did an EP called the New Day EP, and I looked into getting it on vinyl, but it's like $800 or
Really?
something. Yeah, it's really expensive. So unfortunately, the songs from that are included here on the CD version of the first record. Remembering Part 1, Dublin, Remembering Part 2, Old Moon Madness. That song is a fucking mindfuck. Wow. And Things Ain't Working Out Down at the Farm. Again, Phil was not afraid of long song titles, as it were. So you need that. And then you also need this, Remembering Part 1. And this is a strange release. It's kind of it's on Rebound Records. I've had this forever. And it's kind of like lost and rare Eric Bell / Gary Moore era of Thin Lizzy. So you have Black Boys on the Corner, A Song for While I'm Away, Randolph's Tango, that's a weird one, Little Girl in Bloom, Sita Moaia, which is amazing. That's Sita Moaia features Gary Moore. Got some real awesome swashbuckling guitar in that one.
Do you prefer Eric Bell to Gary Moore, or are they the same?
That's a good question. Eric Bell era is very psychedelic. Like I said, a lot more slide guitar. Eric Bell left because he felt that the band, well, first of all, he hated the whole Whiskey in the Jar thing. And his last show with them was a real disaster. I mean, he got completely pissed and just fell down drunk, and the band never forgave him for it.
I was talking about this when you went upstairs, but apparently Wikipedia dumbs it down to Eric Bell was upset because it was not a free jam session anymore, and walked out in the middle of a New Year's Eve 73 show, and then was persuaded to come back on stage and finish. But the other way is a lot spicier. How they tell it.
We came back out and fell on his face, I think is what happened.
My
So
God.
yeah, but yeah. So now it's very difficult. They were a trio then, and then Thin Lizzy over the next few records would become synonymous with guitar harmonies. That was always their big calling card. So it's very difficult to compare this to the stuff that came later. I've always been a huge fan of the early records, as you can tell. Gary Moore is a very different kind of beast. Gary Moore does things that I really like. He's on the Black Rose record, which is phenomenal. But he also does some stuff that I don't like. Like he'll throw in like a strange, like like almost a jazz fusion solo in the middle of a really rocking song. When Gary Moore tries to sing R&B, it makes the cat start screeching and howling. It's terrible. So I could take it or leave it. Eric Bell never really did anything I didn't like, but the band just was getting a little bit more structured. I think they were just getting too structured for him. Plus, he had that horrible last show.
I
So,
like that passage you read from the book where he said basically he had to choose between himself and Thin Lizzy, and he chose himself.
yeah. So, do we ever play the song? From Vagabonds, this is Mama Nature Said. And as any fan of the other show will soon find out, Phil Lynott kicked soccer balls to a young Alan Averill, not a man known for his dancing. Okay. Let's play a Thundermother song now.
Oh, I love this one.
Black and Gold. They're not Steelers fans, are they?
No.
What's the Black and Gold?
Black and gold comes from basically the rock and roll clothes which you wear on stage is always black and gold,
Oh, okay.
black and gold.
Much better than Steelers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They're not Steelers fans at all, for
Good.
sure.
Well, this is
I'm not a
from the
man
new album, and this
known
is
for
Black
his
and Gold.
dancing.
That one gets me going every time.
Yeah, it's a great band.
I'm always singing it really loud by the end. It's quite embarrassing.
So this is our interview with Guernica.
Guernica.
I keep saying it wrong. Our interview with Guernica from Thundermother. She's a sweetie. It's a very good interview. We find out a lot about what's going on with the band and their interaction with the Scorpions.
And also her big shoes.
We get into some wardrobe tips. Nice. So here it is.
So before I always put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. How do you say your name?
Guernica.
Aha, I was close.
Guernica? Is that right?
Guernica, yeah, Guernica.
Okay. I'll get it wrong several times, I promise.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
It's very pretty. I'm just like, I'm looking at it going, yeah, it could go either way.
Thank you.
Oh, I love your voice. You just have that soulful bluesy, but it's like a little rough. How did you learn to sing so well?
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm really happy you enjoy my voice. I'd say most of it is just I was born with it. I know that sounds maybe lame or whatever, but it is like a natural. I have a naturally raspy voice, which I've had to learn how to take care of. So it's been like the other way around, where it's like I could never sing completely clean. And that was always a problem, throughout my whole life, because teachers were always like, there's something wrong. And they were like wanting me to go to speech therapists and all these things. But eventually I found teachers. I went to a MI in Los Angeles. So I had teachers there that could really help me figure out my own voice and, more like extreme vocals type stuff. So I've always studied music and practice, but this is my own thing that I've kind of evolved on my own. I don't know. I can't really, yeah. But I've become much stronger after all the excessive touring that we've been doing. It really has my first years in Thundermother, I got notes, and that was a big problem. But then that started a whole healing journey for me. And now I have this glass straw that I have to blow in, which is such a healing thing for the vocal cords. Everyone should do it. I don't know the name of it in English, but it's really, really good. So it's like physical therapy for your vocal cords. So that's what I do.
I used to have a similar glass thing, but it was more of an inhaling with it. It wasn't really for singing. So yeah. Anyway, we won't get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was on your voice, because you guys you don't leave a thing. Everything is on the stage when you guys leave. So I just was like, wow, how does she keep doing that? But now I know.
To be completely honest, I'm shocking myself sometimes too. I'm like, this is because I have the in-ear system. I'm gonna actually be completely honest, that when I started using in-ears, the monitors in your ears, that really helped me too, because then I could hear myself so much better, and I could better control like the power that I use, so I can still be powerful without damaging myself, or because sometimes you get really excited and you're just the adrenaline just kicks in and it's just so much more raspy than it needs to be and all these things. So yeah, there's little tools here and there to manage it. But yeah.
Does it, I mean, does it make you wonder how did they ever get by like in the 70s, without any of the technology, you hear some like,
Oh,
and if you ever like go back and listen to like the real early when Brian Johnson first joined AC/DC and he is just killing it, and he can't hear himself at all, it's just amazing.
no, to me, it's like very surprising, like how they could do so much cocaine. And I
Oh,
mean,
there's that. Yeah.
not like drugs and drinking and all these things where I was born with a more of a whiskey voice. So if I would start having those habits, which in the beginning, I wouldn't say we did any drugs, but we did drink excessively. I think most bands just have those periods.
Oh yeah.
and then you kind of like grow up, because I mean, it's not that I don't drink or anything, but I can't drink when I'm working, which is when I'm performing, because that really ruins my vocal cords. Like then I'm hoarse for 2 days and it's just like not happening. I'm always thinking like, how did Janis Joplin do this? Like how did these people like Stevie Nicks, like, I mean, yeah, I'm mind blown. Like I don't understand how they managed
The legend is that James Dio always had to have a shot and a joint before he would sing. I mean, can you imagine? Oh yeah.
If I would be smoking, I can't smoke weed at all. Like that's personally, like it's been like my drug of choice, but it's like I can't do that. Like
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's not possible. If I do it, it has to be like the last day of a tour, and it's like, all right, then I can treat myself. But no.
Yeah.
I feel you, because he can have a beer when we do interviews. I can't. I mean, one time we did an interview 10 o'clock at night. He was like 2 beers in. I'm like, I can't till we're done.
That turned out really good, actually. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've done interviews where I've been drinking, and I have I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still gonna like I'm gonna what's it called? I'm not gonna get in on too much private stuff, but I definitely have like very like ADHD-ish vibes and problems, and which I'm fine with. I can live with it. It's not a big deal, but I'm gonna get it like checked soon. And I noticed that I'm so scatterbrained. So when I start drinking, like I can never get back to the point. Like I will have the longest like blah blah blah, and I can't focus. And I was like, what the hell was I talking about? Like it was, and when you do that in interviews, it's like it gets very strange. So I try not to do
Hey,
that
as long
anymore.
as it's entertaining, nobody really cares if you get back, as long as it's entertaining, right? So,
I
question
guess
for you. So, you're from Sweden, yes?
Yeah.
And you are in Texas right now.
I'm in Texas.
Yes. You are in a state that you can drive for 2 days and you're still fucking in Texas. How does that feel? What do you think of being in such a huge fucking state?
Well, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really nice here. It's great. It's interesting. It's an interesting state for sure. But we're staying, me and my boyfriend are staying because we've had a few days off here. So we've been going back and forth. So I'm staying just outside of Austin.
Okay.
It's called Little Rock? No, something Rock. Anyways, but it's here in Austin-ish. And I don't know, I really enjoy Texas. People are very nice,
Oh yeah.
But as long as you don't like start talking about
gun control. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Yeah. But when Americans go to Europe, we always feel like everything is so small and cramped. And when I would think it's the opposite. When you come to America, you got to be like, wow, 2,800 miles of highway. Wow. This is huge.
Yeah, we stopped at this Buc-ee's or whatever. That's like, do you know what that is? It's like a gas station. That's like the biggest thing ever.
There's like 35 gas pumps in front. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's intense. Yeah. Everything is bigger and just like, but the thing is like American culture is I feel like it's everywhere. So Sweden is okay. It's smaller and it's different, but a lot of the things are similar in Sweden, like the malls and all these things are becoming more and more like here.
Although in Texas, you can get a taco at any gas station.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I haven't tried one yet. I should.
Yeah. Yeah. When one thing about Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark. I'm telling you like you don't know. Like in your from where you're from, someone asks you, what do you do for a living? You can say, well, I'm a singer in a heavy metal band. I'm a guitarist in a heavy metal band. And they're like, okay, great. In the United States, you say that and they go, what's your real job? That's just a mentality thing. Yeah.
No, but
I like
honestly,
that about Scandinavia, that they take the art seriously. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we do take the art seriously, but I've had that same vibe, you know, like I feel like you need to reach a certain level for people to really like, because I personally have struggled a lot with that, where I don't feel like people really respect the choice
Yeah,
of,
I
you
get
know,
that.
pursuing music the way that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, when you're around, like I have older sisters and you're around their friends, it's okay. My sister is married to a drummer that is the drummer, like that is his job.
Right,
He's actually
okay.
one of the famous Swedish rap artists, but that doesn't matter. But like generally, when you meet people, that's kind of like the question. Like when I've felt that feeling several times, where it's kind of like, well, isn't it time to grow up? Or you
Right.
know,
Oh, I hate that. Oh, don't get me started. Oh God. Where's my beer? Good Lord.
Well,
Yeah.
with you girls, I love, you know, I love your vibe. I love the fact you're like not divas, but your lyrics are just like, take me as I am or fuck all the way off. I love that. You know, what would you say to like young girls who are looking to do what you guys do? I mean, were you given horrible advice? Did you hit bumps on the road? What advice would you give them starting out?
I'd say initially just like don't give, you know, just be yourself. I mean, that's like the hardest thing too. It's like when I was in my 20s, I didn't know who the hell I was. Like it's like a, you know, you grow and you become more aware of yourself and all these things. And so but I'd say that never giving up is like key. Like because you will, like there's so many bumps. The bumps still come for us. Like it's not been smooth sailing. This year has been, even though on social media it looks, and we are experiencing, you know, lifetime goals that, you know, I feel like I'm checking off while being on this tour and all these things. But on the business side of things, there, like this, it's been so rough for us. And just like mental health things and stuff like that. But just to never give up, and then try to surround yourself with good people that keep you grounded.
That's important.
Because it's very easy to just fly away and become like a horrible person. But I think you need to still have integrity, and you know, as much as you want to, you know, get the dream, try to do it in the whatever your moral compass is. I don't know if you're a psychopath, then it's different. But you know what I mean. Like, I can only you go from myself, and I'm very like, you know, I'm spiritual, and I believe that you want to try to treat people the way you want to be treated, and just like basic things, be a nice human being. I think that's really important, because that's actually one of the things they told us like first day of school at MI. They were just like, just be nice to everyone. First of all, you need to believe in yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So you need to work your ass off on your own. Try to learn as many skills as possible so you're ready. But also, you never know when you're going to meet people again. I constantly meet people that are very opportunistic. Like now that I'm, you know, I'm somewhat successful, they all of a sudden remember who I am, or bother to say hi to me, and things like that. And I think that hopefully you're just a nice person and you're nice to everyone and you treat everyone the same. I think that's going to take you a long way, to be a nice person. So yeah, a lot of things, a lot of tips.
So they make fun of Klaus because he has too much luggage. Has this come up around you? There's an inside joke in the band that everybody else has like 2 or 3 cases and Klaus has like 12. I don't know whether you encountered that or not, but it's very funny. Yeah.
I've never heard it, but I mean, it's true for us too. I'm always overpacking. Like,
Oh, you're
I'm really,
overpacking too. Okay.
no, like I'm the worst at packing, and I'm always like, I have nothing to wear. I guess that's my only like drama diva moment, that it's like, but the crew at Scorpion have been really like, one of the crew guys he was so surprised that I was like helping out with the packing and stuff. So I guess I'm not the usual singer. Like, he took a photo of me carrying the kick, you know, it's a kick drum. the
Yeah.
big one. Just carrying it and putting it in the case, like I try to help Emily after every show because we don't have, a crew for that. So yeah, I guess that's rare, but yeah.
I bet Klaus has some stories about singing under duress, and because they go all the way back to the early 70s,
Yeah. I wish we had time to have those conversations because we've only met them really briefly. I mean, he's been super nice,
Yeah.
but it's always just like, hi, how are you doing? Like very quick stuff. I would love to sit down and just talk with him because he's 74 and
Yeah.
his voice is still intact and
Yeah.
he sounds really good. He's doing an amazing job. So I think it's very impressive, what he's done.
The first time they played in America was at a festival, and they didn't know how long they had to play, and they pulled the plug on them because these crazy Germans continued to play. So I'm sure that he remembers that. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
How long a set do they give you guys?
yeah, good question. Yeah.
When Whitesnake was on the bill, it was 30 minutes. When they couldn't make it, we got 40 minutes. So
Oh, cool. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
And what do you guys have on your set list? Or are you doing mostly from the last two, or is it the whole catalog, or you mix it up?
Well, we try to we wanted to add a lot from the new stuff because it's more fun for us, of course, because we've been touring the other songs so long. But I'd say it's mostly, well, it's from the albums that I've sung on. So the 3 latest albums, basically. We don't when we've done our own shows, we have from like the previous 2 albums, but not during these 40 minutes because we really want to maximize. And I feel like the songs that we've written all together are well, my favorites, and I think they're the strongest ones right now. So yeah.
I love Black and Gold. Hot Mess ought to be my anthem because I am one, except with coffee, and then I'm just a caffeinated hot mess. But that's beside the point. But I just love your guys' style, and I think I saw some Kiss platform shoes on you.
Yes, both me and our bassist Moana, which I thought was gonna be on here, but I don't know where she is. But anyways, she loves platform shoes just like I do, so we both rock them.
Me too. 5'2". Like
I mean,
vertically challenged.
So I know I always look like a giant on stage, but I don't mind. I think that's pretty cool too.
I love your guys' style. The rompers. Where do you guys get those?
Yeah. What's your favorite place to get clothes?
Well, those are custom made. This is the girl. Her name is Ida. I think her brand is Rock Dolls. You can find her on Instagram, Rock Dolls, or her Instagram name is Unexpected Rebel. I usually always tag her so people can find her because she makes the coolest things. Like she designed our satin black and gold jackets. She's made, well, this will be my 4th outfit made by her, and she just knows exactly how what we personally individually like and how our body, what's flattering for our bodies and everything. So yeah, she's amazing. You should look her up because she makes stuff for everyone, and it's affordable custom stuff. So it's not like crazy expensive or anything like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You guys get a lot of comparisons to AC/DC, but I love your ballads. Very unmanly of me to admit, but I'm going to. And I just like Hot Mess and the ballad you had on the last album. I get all misty. I get all misty. Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
And there's no AC/DC song that does that. So there you go. So I think that they should emphasize your ballads more because they're so good. I mean, they're so vulnerable and heartfelt and real,
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, we have, next year we're gonna do an extensive, like longer European tour. So the idea is for me I want to have a moment because everyone has like their little moment in the show. Where it's like a drum solo, Filippa goes out in the audience and does a long guitar solo, and there's guitar solos in every song. So I just told the girls for this next headlining tour that we'll do, I want to make sure we have a little moment where it's either probably just me and Filippa on stage doing a little unplugged by like a ballad. So I really want to do that. Maybe do a medley of a few of them, because now we have a few ballads, or I don't know, we'll see.
Everyone will hold up their cell phones which is
I
much,
hope so. I mean,
much,
they're
that's
very
much,
scorpion
well, in our
vibey.
day, it was lighters, but that's not very safe. So yeah, technology,
Yeah, I loved the video with the in the mud. Oh my god. That was crazy looking. I did a mud race once. That was it. But that was about outdoor festivals. Was about one in particular or just kind of in general?
Well, we hoped it would be like a general type thing, but our inspiration was Wacken. When we played Wacken open air, the first time, it was that like it was rainy and muddy and just like yeah, it was a messy getting to the stage, and we played a really small stage, so they didn't have a proper dressing room for us. I had like with like bottled water like wash my legs because they were all like muddy, and then Filippa went out in the audience and did her guitar solo in the mud, so that inspired that song for sure. And then we've also played these cruises, which the second verse is more about that, but yeah, all the cruises tend to be really crazy.
like how? What do you mean?
Like
Can't get away from people?
no, like you have like crazy like drinking stories from the cruises. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
this cruise, it was just like constant partying, and yeah, it was amazing. It's still like a great memory for me, but it was a hot mess. And today I could never do that again in that same way. Like where me and the drummer, we were up all night with these like they had these like the artist dressing room, no, the artist lounge, I think they called it or whatever. And everyone who was on the boat went up there and just jammed together. So we were having all these like jam sessions, and one night even Eric Singer came in and sang Beth. It was crazy. But yeah, we were way too drunk, but it was fun.
He wasn't wearing the Catman makeup.
Or should we do five?
It was really embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh wow. Hey, listen, I know what I wanted to ask you. You posted something about being near a Cracker Barrel. Did you guys go to Cracker Barrel?
I actually I tried it. Yeah.
What did you think? That's to me, that's the worst of America right there. I mean,
I thought it was pretty basic. I mean, bland thing.
Well, the fact that you have to go past all the junk first, like the Christmas sweater of Hank Williams knitted, the junk shop, and then you go to the restaurant and it's just like everything is 1,000 calories, whenever I would have foreign visitors from like Denmark, I used to work for a Danish company, I would take them to Cracker Barrel and it would blow their minds because it was just so much food and just yeah.
I think like since I lived in Los Angeles for 4.5 years, I've had that like initial impression many years ago. I think for the girls, it's more of like, wow, like everything is very new to them. Maybe so I might be the wrong person to ask because I'm used to all these like the huge plates here and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But I just thought the food was okay, and like I guess some people really love it, and yeah.
Well, and also they want that highway visibility, so they always have to climb up some crazy hill to get to it because they want to be like that beacon of light from the highway, So anyway.
It looked like you guys been sampling a lot of local fare. Of course, Texas is known for its spice, and then it looks like you did the deep dish pizza. Did you have a favorite out of what you've tried on this tour?
The deep dish pizza was really good. Good question. I think the Tex-Mex food is really good. Like in general, like most of it is just really tasty and nice. But I'm not big, like I don't eat spicy food, but I can really appreciate like flavorful food. And so Tex-Mex is really good with that.
Melted cheese, you can never go wrong there.
No, exactly. I love, I'm really like, I think all of us are foodies in the band, like for sure. Like we enjoy trying the local stuff and we will eat it. And we have like, I don't know, I think the crew initially was a little surprised because they were like commenting, maybe that's because we're females too, but they were like commenting on our eating habits. And we were just like, but you're eating the catering too, like, weird, but
All right, so we have this game that we do. I forget how many I have now because I added to it. 85 questions. So pick 5 numbers between 1 and 85, and they'll be your 5 questions.
Okay, 3, 7, 11, 26.
One more.
20. No, let me see. Higher up. What was it? Up to 85?
85.
48.
Okay.
All right. All right. Question number 3. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Do I need to be quick? Sorry.
Oh, no.
It's such a like big question. Like, what would I do? One superpower. I mean, can I grant wishes? Can I be like a genie?
Anything you wanted.
It's your superpower. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. Honestly.
You can grant wishes. Okay.
I'll grant wishes. That's cool.
You could be the
Oh no,
genie. Yeah.
maybe I could fly or something. I would. Sorry.
She's gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, I know the answer. to this."
I'm gonna like this is gonna yeah. I'm thinking like maybe foresee the future or something like that.
That'd be a good one.
Cuts both ways.
Yeah, I'd like to have been able to see.
Because then I could grant wishes for the people around me and be like, you're rich, you're rich.
There you go.
Everyone is healthy. Everyone feels good. Yes.
I like it. I like it.
All right. Number 7, which is we always ask this. For some reason, everyone likes number 7. What is your favorite go-to dance move?
This question has been asked in every show, just so you know. Everyone picks number 7. I don't know why.
I'm really big on ugly dancing. I feel like I can get it down. Like I can dance quite nice if I'm like in a safe space, like at a gay club or something like that. But
Okay.
I'd say probably like a sidestep type thing.
Okay.
Maybe like a little body roll, like yeah. I don't know.
Well, in big shoes, that's
See,
kind
fly-
of what you got to do.
Fly PR didn't know what they were getting you into with this interview.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Number 11. What word do you always mispronounce?
Mispronounce.
For me, it's Worcestershire sauce. I can't ever say it.
I don't know how to say that either. I don't say that on Worcestershire sauce. I mispronounced clearance today.
What is it?
Clearance, you know, like sale.
Oh,
but it was
Clearance
like a
sale.
sale.
Okay.
okay, I mispronounced that today. My boyfriend was like, "What?" Like you guys know. Like obviously I can't say that word.
What do you feel is the best name for a pet owl?
Wow.
I didn't know you snuck that in there. Oh my god.
I'm obsessed with owls. I really want one.
Maybe is it a girl or a boy or just
Doesn't matter.
is it even a unisex name?
It's your
I don't know
superpower.
why
You can-
Gandalf keeps popping up in my mind, but maybe Gandalf. I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gandalf the White.
They're not cute. They eat cats. They're not cute.
Cats, mice.
They're not cuddly. They're
I
owls.
gotta
They're birds of prey.
I gotta go
Very
on to
few.
number 48. It's required.
I
Okay.
just colored it now the other day.
All right, last one, number 48. Are you ever mistaken for a celebrity? If so, who? Not that you're not a celebrity.
I'm
Another
not
celebrity.
low key like DZS. No, I mean that never happens. No, I don't know who that would be if I would. No, I've never been mistaken by no.
Really?
Who would that be? I don't know who looks like me. Or I look like. I mean vocally, absolutely people compare me, but I'm not look wise.
What do you get comparison wise vocally?
I mean, Lizzie Hale quite a lot. Then Janis Joplin I've gone to, which is awesome. I mean, both of them are awesome. The other day, like on this tour, people have been writing like, she sounds like a combination between Ann Wilson and the singer from the original singer of Vixen. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of females.
Yeah.
They're really good and cool.
We'll be glad. I had this one patient that it kept insisting every day I looked like Renee Zellweger. And he came in all the time because he had cataract surgery. So he had to keep coming back to the point. Every time he came up, he'd be like, hello, Renee. And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, isn't she really, she's really pretty.
I'm like, I just don't. Okay. I don't see it, but all right. We'll go with that.
When I was younger, I used to get the Michael J. Fox, and I would always say, I'm funnier than him. So that's not a compliment. Yeah, so.
I wonder who I look like. Do you guys see any resemblance with anyone?
I can't think of anyone. You're your own beauty, is what you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was perfect. Thank you.
With the you guys are coming out with a channel on Twitch soon
Yes.
for the broadcasting. God, that's a really crazy channel. I like what it does for music, but there's also this weird thing where you can watch people play board games. I'm so confused.
And video games, yeah.
I actually told Mona and Emily to start a Twitch because they're gaming on the bus. But I have no idea what exactly you're doing on there because I've never been on Twitch myself. I just told them, you should do it. And then they did. And I was excited to see that they started one yesterday.
Right. When I watch something on Twitch, I feel like I'm 94 years old because it is so fast and it is so youthful and I don't know what the fuck is happening. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not into gaming.
I'm out of it. I'm out of it. Yeah.
I told
I
her
thought-
that if you get like Pac-Man or something, it would be fun for me. And she was like, God,
I thought
no.
TikTok was like the lowest level, but like Twitch is like way lower. Yeah.
We're trying to be good on TikTok, but it's hard. It's like it's hard to keep up with all these things. It's not, I don't know. I personally don't find it that much fun. Like I feel like forced to do those things, but we try. We really try to be part of, whatever is in right now. Like, like stay current, and we really want to try to broaden our audience and have, every age and, be I'm sorry to say this, but we would love for rock to become mainstream again and be part of that wave of like taking over. So then I feel like you kind of have to do all these things, but it is tricky.
No, you're right. Like if I post something on TikTok and I know it's got to be short and it's like a really insightful part of an interview, nobody cares. But if I post me and Stace half drunk dancing to some dumb song, it gets like thousands of views. It's just like, okay, this is not for content.
Although you guys did such a great job with your videos earlier. I love the one in the movie theater. Although I was like, is this sponsored by Coke? Everybody has like thing of Coke.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I wish it was.
But they do so many nods to so many different 80s movies. And oh my God, it's so great.
That's very cool. Yeah.
You snuck E.T. in there. There's Easter eggs everywhere. The Jaws t-shirt. I love it.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
It was fun making that video. It was fun. Yeah, no, it was awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoy that video because that was really like a low budget one that we just try to do, because you want to try to have as much content as possible. And we try to make the best thing we could, out of that current situation. So it was, I think it turned out pretty well.
I think you guys are so different because you're all so talented. Emily just knocks it out of the park. And so do you. And to have the four of you all being creative forces, is that hard? Because it's not like one person writing everything. And, you guys are really a group.
Yeah. And
strong personalities.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question because it is hard. It is hard, but it also creates that magic. Like when we do have our songwriting sessions, we're all very passionate about whatever we believe is right. And we all have different strong sides in the creative process as well. So I think that has made it so we've evolved our own music. And I know we are very, like, you can hear a reference, who our inspirations very clearly. But I think that now we have a mixture because of that, because that all of our creativeness is like coming together, and we're doing it in it's our own take on classic rock, you could say.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard and draining. Absolutely, especially when you're in the creative songwriting mode. But most of the times when we do have arguments, we try to settle everything like very democratic. Okay, so we'll have a vote, and then if we can't settle it, we'll ask people that we respect their opinion, and we know that they know what we're talking about. So we'll ask, and then we'll see, and then usually we land on stuff that everyone likes. But yeah, I mean, just on the album, just like choosing the songs that went on the album, that was like a very heated conversation, but it turned out really good.
I love your hair. Do you do it yourself or you have a stylist?
Oh, thank you. I mean, this part, yes, I'm really lazy, so I've been doing the ombre vibe thing for a while, just because it's so much easier for me. I can go months without having to do anything and just let it out. I've been just coloring the roots, and I turned them a little darker than my natural hair, which my sister told me. I didn't notice because you're so like in your own, you just do it. I'm just like, ugh. And then she was like, your hair is like almost black, but I don't mind it. I like it. And I think I need to freshen up this, but I'll have to do that after tour. But thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm constantly having to redo this red. You have no idea.
She's a Satanist and my cosmetologist. There you go.
Oh, that's so cool. Good for you.
Well, it looks like you guys have a lot more tour coming. I think I see Vegas in there coming up, so I can't wait to see the post from there.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I've been to Vegas, yes. It's a really cool place.
That's cool.
I think we've all been a little like, we played some casinos already, and I don't know if the casino shows are a different vibe, like audience-wise. So I'm hoping that Vegas is still going to be more like the arenas in like, who's attending the shows.
Yeah.
Well, we missed you. We're in Baltimore. You guys, I think the closest you came was New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I was like, shoot.
Yeah, New Jersey. Yeah.
So do you see the thing about Adam Levine said there are no attractive women in rock? Recently.
I did not see that. But
Is that so? I had an idea. I think you guys and me and maybe Margarita Monet should hold him down and put a Thundermother tattoo on his butt. What do you think?
That's so crazy. Why would he say that? That's horrible.
He's been off the rails lately. I mean, totally. I think ever since he got caught like messing around on his wife, he's just saying things. I don't know. He's woohoo. I think he's having a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
There's so many attractive women in rock. I think there's attractive women in every genre. That's such a weird thing to say. But yeah, he seems lame. He doesn't seem like a very nice person.
I think he has what we like to call "fuck you" money, where he thinks he can say whatever he wants, and that's where that comes from, I think. But what a ludicrous statement! I mean, so many gorgeous women in heavy metal. Give me a break,
I agree. I agree.
Well, we are thoroughly enjoying Black and Gold, and we'll watch your guys' successes and keep it going. And we'll keep a very close eye on you guys. You're
this was
one of my
great.
favorites.
This was great. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank you
time.
so much for having me. You guys have a nice day.
Falling on deaf ears.
Deaf Ears time. Deaf Ears #1. Featured band is Parkway Drive from Australia, right?
I had not heard of these guys previous, and after looking them up, I'm just obsessed.
Lots of fire in their concerts, kind of like the
Wow.
Rammstein thing.
And their last 4 albums actually charted in Australia, so they're pretty big. And I don't know why they're not bigger over here, but maybe we're hoping to change that.
Yeah. So this is from Parkway Drive's new one. The new album's called Darker Still, and the song is The Greatest Fear.
So they are still threatening to make a US tour. They had made plans for it and then kind of canceled it, but now I guess maybe it's pandemic related or gas price related. But they are making noise about coming over here. I sure hope they do. There's 3 singles out now: The Glitch, The Greatest Fear, and Darker Still. And I love the singer's name, Winston McCall, which is not a metalcore
Winston
name. but
is not a heavy metal name.
You immediately will forget it as soon as you listen to him that his name is Winston.
Winston. Okay.
Yeah, and his brother Oscar McCall plays for a hardcore punk band called 50 Lions.
Okay.
Is that crazy?
Interesting.
They're a very musical family.
Okay. So normally I know on Deaf Ears, we usually feature bands that are more obscure, but I just decided to say fuck it this time because the new KMFDM kicks ass. It's called Hyena. It's their first album in years. And you get what you expect from KMFDM. You got some fantastic grooves. You got a lot of really dumb lyrics from NN Shalada. KMFD. What's that one song? The black hole. Yeah. We are not curing cancer with these lyrics, but it doesn't matter because we're shaking our butts so vehemently to this groove.
Yeah, they're really the first industrial band to pull things kind of more into the mainstream light, and get played in clubs. And, they've been around a long time and they've been through many incantations as well. But, you got your mainstay with the Sachta.
Sasha's mine. I like Sasha's stuff. Like Sasha's the one that wrote that album that's got We Must Awaken.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
like that one with all the sampling.
I like to play that to get her out of bed in the morning. That's my it's got a sample from Hendrix and a sample from Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
So
they
put together.
They
so.
tend to have a little bit of political themes on occasion when he's involved. So
Yeah. Anyway, so this is from the new KMFDM album, Hyena, and this song is called All Wrong But All Right.
Ooh.
Hey, Deaf Ears 3. I'm really just saying fuck it this week because Clutch has a new album and I'm from Baltimore. So therefore, we must give attention to Neil Fallon and his bearded troops of doom.
They're much better than the bearded builders. I always see their trucks around, and when you pull up next to them, you expect this epic beard, and it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not Clutch beards.
Yeah, I mean, this band is pretty much woven into my DNA. I've seen them live so many
You've
times.
seen them accidentally a couple times.
I've seen them accidentally a couple of times. I've actually gone to shows and been like, "Who's opening? Oh, look, there's Neil Fallon. I guess it's Clutch." Yeah. So, yeah, everything that you expect from a Clutch album is being delivered on the latest album, Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. You got Jean's huge tom sounds on the drums, lots of stop-start guitar, grooves for miles. There's even some Hammond organ woven in and some synths this time. It's a little bit different than like what they did on Blast Tyrant. I can't say enough good about it. It's Clutch. It's great. Let's hear a song.
They make Baltimore proud.
Lots of mentions of Pulaski highways and Pimlico and
Pimlico.
whatnot.
Like
and lyrics.
anybody who's from Baltimore would not know this, but the place where the Preakness horse race runs out of, it looks like an errant match would send this entire place into disarray. And it is in the ghetto-y ghetto of Baltimore. But you always had the people who, back when they used to let you bring your own alcohol in, they would bring out the carts and try to, get money from you to help carry your alcohol in. So
Yeah.
Entrepreneurism.
Yeah. The area around Pimlico, I guess I can best describe it as it's like being in the video game Grand Theft Auto, basically.
But they actually decided one year there was a 5K and I ran it there, and you actually finished on the racetrack, but you were literally treading bodies of dead rats all around the neighborhood.
On our Patreon page one day, maybe I'll spin some tales from my BYO years of going to Pimlico, because I was part of the unwashed hordes tipping over spotted pods. So all that awaits. But for now, let's listen to a Clutch song called Nosferatu Madre. Yeah, or West Coast of Delaware. It's a place. That's a geographical reference. Or maybe it's down in Carolina somewhere. It's
Okay,
like,
Google, where is Slaughter Beach?
Sorry, I can't show you maps. I don't have a screen.
What the fuck was that?
Okay, Google, what state is Slaughter Beach in?
The state of Slaughter Beach is Delaware.
Okay, Delaware.
Okay. I've seen the road signs. I don't have a screen.
fuck is a
I
good
can't show you maps. Boy, somebody pissed in
God.
Google's oatmeal this morning. Anyway, okay, so that about wraps up the show. We covered a lot today.
We
covered
did.
a lot.
We covered.
We found out we got some great custom clothing tips from Guernica.
Guernica.
We know everything there is to know about Eric Bell now from Thin Lizzy.
We know everything to know about 80s hair and perms and the fact that Sun-In is still a product that you can purchase and attract bumblebees.
And you know a lot about the pills that me and Stace take every day.
And the receipt lengths.
The lengths of receipts. It must be stopped. I hope you all enjoyed that. And you even got a little bit of Swedish wisdom dropped on you from Jens. So.
All right. And don't forget to get over to Spotify and check out Thundermother and the Firebombs and Clutch. Of course, Thin Lizzy, but I don't think they care as much anymore. But
go to the Spotify show for season 2. Okay. It's a different link. You're going to have to tax your little fingers and find it. But yeah, the Spotify show for season 2, you get to hear all this, and you'll also get to hear the music.
And music. Yeah. So, if you want to hear these tunes, and the reason we do it that way is because the band gets credit for the click.
Yeah.
So go over it, and that way you'll be able to listen to all this great tunes. And you might also discover Parkway Drive, which I didn't think was a very good name for a band, but they're amazing.
Yeah.
Don't let the name fool you.
And if you're on Apple Music or iHeart, you might just have to do a Google search for some of these bands to see what they sound like. But I promise it's worth it. So this has been the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast. Thundermother appears courtesy of Fly PR. Snaggletooth theme, courtesy of the mighty Jens Kemgren of the Firebombs. Deaf Ears theme, courtesy of the mighty Tim Green of the Fucking Champs. All content 2022, the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.
This is the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.